of that Rubik. He might have got that kill. The DoS holding their fire.
You say the gem was in somebody's backpack?
No, it wasn't. They lost the gem and the dust was in Starfire's backpack.
Oh, okay.
So he took it out of his backpack, but by that time Ricky was able to get out of there. Sorry if I misspoke.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, gems cannot go in backpacks. Oh, Felicity Jones goes for it aggressively onto the Centaur Warrunner, but there is the Crimson Guard, excuse me.
Centaur opting for an Ags before this pipe. Oh, no, man.
Yeah,
Pipe is a good item.
Pipe is a good item. Ags is also a good item. It's sort of hard to say. I mean, I think I would prefer Pike. I mean, pretty much every hero here on Disciple of the Center has at least some magical damage. I mean, the Maelstrom from Sniper, nothing to really be scoffed at. Of course, Rock, Fatal Bonds, tons of magic damage. You know, really good item, but
Hell, Centaur could even buy Blade Mail and it would value item.
I just realized I Drink Your Milkshake has a Black King bar on the Juggernaut. Is that... I don't really play Juggernaut. That's one of the heroes I don't play a lot, but I get the feeling that you don't generally go that item.
So, BKB on Juggernaut means that they're looking to seal the deal. So essentially, they're gonna buff that Juggernaut up to frickin' Valhalla, have him just run in. I wouldn't be surprised, if they take Roche for the Juggernaut. So this is a game-winning strat right here, as we say, okay, we're putting all of our marbles in one very spinny, very jumpy basket, and they're just gonna look and force it down the mid lane. So I guarantee you that Juggernaut's gonna run in balls to the wall, take those objectives, not even pop the BKB before he dies. Once he comes back up, he's gonna spin and then instantly BKB and just look to just shank some kids.
That Blink Dagger actually paid for itself here, or it didn't pay for itself, but it worked out for Felicity Jones down bottom. He was about to die after Tricks of the Trade, but he got the blink out into the trees. Was not, the dust didn't quite connect. Able to get out, not a scratch on him.
You mean Starfire?
No, the Blink Dagger on Ricky.
Oh,
He
okay.
Tricks of the Traded, but there was like pretty much all of PBG there, ready to punish.
And
he just got that instant blink out into the trees, away from the dust of appearance, and was fine. So yeah, looked out, at least in that case. Now yeah, there's the Solar Crest on the Milkshake, there's the spin, he's just hitting barracks, or thinking about it. A little indecisive there.
No, they're trying to bait the team here, which might actually end up working here. So PBG playing it pretty diligently, making sure that they are not becoming prime RP targets.
Yeah, they're not gonna get baited. They're going out of this game, they're gonna do it in a smart way. If that makes any sense, but oh, they lifted up Milkshake and threw him back, but he's like, okay, I'll come into your base if that's what you want, and now, going for the counter initiation, they actually get the RP with a rock onto 3, and in the backlines, it appears that the Juggernaut's doing some serious work here, taking out that last set of racks, but now, Mr. Briscoe's fallen, Luna's fallen, Huska's fallen, everybody's dead, they have buybacks over,
they all come out.
Yeah, this is looking very bad, and now, Felicity Jones just keeping everybody back, it looks like he should die here. Oh, the Stolen Blade Fury almost gets him, and in fact it will. But now, no it won't, I lied. Now Drink Your Milkshakes, that's finally Aegis. On the other side of the fight, they actually got the Eclipse to no avail, I believe.
Ricky dies to ignite damage, Juggernaut pops the Aegis and runs away, but that doesn't fix the problem that the Golems are running free in the base and the Sniper still hitting down the towers here.
Yeah, it's looking very bad. Crimson Guard on the tower, it means they're not taking too much damage, but GG's call up. Don't have a Luna, they know when they're beat. They're gonna go ahead and tap out. Disciples of the Center and winning it in the end. That's a good game. Don't go anywhere, however, this is a best of 3, and let's talk about that game. Mr. Robotic Warfare there. So, go ahead.
That the reason why DoS were able to, because there was a little bit of back and forth going on in this game. PBG were looking pretty good at some points in the game there, but DoS overall, their execution really just made it happen. I think that definitely, as important as the cores were to doing damage, that Magnus with the RPs, the sniper just right-clicking everything that he saw on the screen, and the Juggernaut being able to do some fantastic laning, I would say that almost the unsung heroes are Felicity Jones, Magical Clouds here on that Warlock and that Riki, because there were always chains in a fight. There was always, a slow in the fight. There's always the smoke screen or the tricks of the trade coming in the back lane. I just think it was fantastic execution and communication by Disciples of Syndran, putting PBG in a spot where they couldn't be together, they couldn't be split apart, they really couldn't run in because the Riki was always keeping vision on them. And I think the gem hopping around from team to team didn't come out early enough for PBG, just weren't able to keep the sentries up as DOS continuously zoned them out. I think that PBG just did not address this Riki problem early and as soon as they should have, and that really allowed DOS to get that superior vision to get the execution for the plays that they needed to make. Having said that, PBG did a fantastic job really trying to pull it back and control the tempo of this game to give the Luna time to farm, but in the end they were not able to do it because the pressure from the DOS heroes with that Empower just too much to stand. If I had to give an MVP to this game, I would have to definitely give it to Felicity Jones, just because he was able to close that distance and he wreaked havoc. And if not anything else, if he hadn't right-clicked at all that game, the vision that he provided for DOS was really game.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It was very nice. So many times he was able to just, like, at least twice in the late game, he was able to just preemptively pop that Stampede, or PBG had to, in order to save one of their heroes from just Riki going balls to the walls and getting away with it. Yeah. Plus the economical impact he had, forcing them to buy gems and sentries and dusts. Very nice.
Just so you know, there is a game update going on.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to update my client then. Switch it over. Looks like we're gonna have a couple minute break here, but we'll be right back at you. Some more Dota 2. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, we'll see you in a second. Alright. Hello everybody and welcome again to Disciples of Synderen versus Please Be Gentle. This is game 2 of the lower bracket Trench League elimination match. Lots on the line here right now. Literally dozens of dollars.
10 seconds
How's it
remaining.
go?
Disciples of Synderen able to pull out a fantastic display of execution and communication last game. They are up in this set.
Reserve time.
Yes. Disciples of Synderen are up 1-0 over Please Be Gentle. They're going to be able to pull it back. Please Be Gentle immediately with that Ricky Respect ban. Felicity Jones really performing on that hero last game. Doing amazing job there.
Not even prioritizing meta bans, just instant ban Ricky. I bet you the next ban for them is going to be Magnus as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Not a fan of what happened to them last game.
Yeah, that
5 seconds remaining.
Disciples of Synderen were saying they weren't able to pick that Magnus for the last several matches, and I think there's a reason for that. They're definitely able to play around that hero. See what they decide to ban out. Actually, just dipping into the reserve time already. Good, like 20 seconds under the reserve time for this first ban. And actually, connection failure. What the heck happened? Are you gonna?
Looks like DoS wins.
All right. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Trench League Dota 2. Disciples of Synderen clean sweep 2-0. Kidding. Technical difficulties.
What is that, like a negative 5-minute victory?
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive.
5 minutes before their horn sounded.
Okay, apparently Disciples of Synderen needed to have first pick, and they did not. Apologies for that. You can blame Sir Too Bad. It's all his fault.
Too bad for Trench League? Question mark?
Huh?
Too bad for Trench
Too
League?
bad
Question mark?
Very much so. He is way too bad for the Trench League. No, it's okay. We'll forgive him for now. Turn it over to this waiting screen. Can even update it if I want. Let's see. So this lobby comes up here shortly. By the way, they can't hear you still. Oh, yes, I can. Hi, guys. You can hear me. Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic. Alright. We're back again.
Welcome back, everybody.
Third time's the charm, hopefully, for Disciples of Cinder versus Please
Radiant
Be Gentle.
team ban.
It's gonna be good. Hopefully this time the draft will work out. We won't have any more technical difficulties, but there we go. I think, is that a different band coming up from Disciples of Cinder?
No,
Or are they
PBG had the
just in
first
bands?
band last
Right,
game.
right on, okay.
Same band though.
Dire
Goodbye to
team ban.
Mr. Ricky. I would, like I said before, I would not be surprised if the next band for PBG was Magnus as well.
Yeah, that is, did quite a bit of work for them in the last game. So, same two bands from Disciples of Cinder and Lifestealer, Nightstalker. I know Lifestealer is a very meta hard carry, and Nightstalker is just a comfort hero for Please Be
Dire
Gentle.
team pick.
Banning X still leaving Magnus in the pool for DOS here.
Yeah, we'll see if they just snatch it up again or not, but I'd be tempted to if I was them. I know it's a hero they like to play.
10
And
seconds
in fact, they
remaining.
will.
There it is.
There it is, baby. Magnus is back.
Once again, grappling with the Magnus pick here. Denying the Juggernaut.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, that's good at least. That's one Magnus pairing that's not available anymore. See what Please Be Gentle picks up to go with this Juggernaut. See where they want to take it.
10 seconds remaining.
May even pick Warlock just because style
Crystal
points,
Maiden.
you know. Oh, but the CM that got banned away from them
Dire
last
team
game.
pick.
That's a classic combo right there. Frostbite into Blade Fury. Doesn't
That's
get any
always a
more
good one.
classic than that. Yeah, can't go wrong there. But yeah, we'll
10
see if
seconds
Disciples of Cinder
remaining.
decide to just pick a carry to that old combo
5
roll with the
seconds
Magnus now,
remaining.
or what they want to go for here.
But they feel awfully bad that they banned the Nightstalker now. They've done pretty well. The silence that lasts forever against Juggernaut.
Radiant
It's the
Yeah.
Warlock pick.
ban.
Once again, looking to do that double damage combo here with the RP straight into the rock.
Yeah, plus Fatal Bonds, empower whoever ends up getting empowered. Always gonna be nice.
10 seconds remaining.
DOS could be real jerks here running offlane Tide. Just HP everywhere. Center not out of the pool yet.
Dire
Sniper
team ban.
preventing the DOS from doing the same thing that they did the last game. Once again, we might see the TA ban again from DOS here.
Yeah, we could see that. Or actually, no, I believe Please Be Gentle was the one who
10
ended up
seconds
banning
remaining.
TA because it's Tiny Puddles who's the
5
picker.
seconds
Who
remaining.
likes that hero. They actually ban out Viper in
Radiant
the
team
first phase.
ban.
Second phase.
Sorry, second phase. The phase that's before the phase that they did last time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Makes sense though. OG ban. Interesting, interesting. You know if there's an OD player on DOS?
You know, I'm really not sure. I don't believe I've seen them play OD before, but...
I mean, the real answer is an OD player is anybody who knows how to right-click at the same time.
That's true. Very true.
5 seconds remaining.
But pretty strong mid laner right now. Very common pickup.
Reserve time.
Sort of a smart pick still coming out from PBG just to get rid of some of those banish spells that could take the Juggernaut out of commission.
Yeah, I noticed they're not really banning any of those power targets. You know, like a Troll Warlord or something like that. Lifestealer's banned out already, but EA or something can always be very, very strong.
Honestly, if PBG picks some more tempo control and CC, they could easily make Disciples of Sinner and really have to work hard this game.
Yeah.
Like, if they pick up an Ogre here, oh my goodness, that would be fantastic for PBG.
Faceless Void.
Void, though.
Void.
We could be seeing a Witch Doctor.
It could be. Juggernaut, I mean, Omnislash works, of course, in Chrono. Other than that, he can't do too much damage. Crystal Maiden, not that good. Plus, that'll make for some weird fights if they like jump in with the Magnus and try to get some, you know, Chrono up or something like that. Or
I actually agree with this pick from PBG, knowing that DOS really won their game last time by knowing when and how to engage. So PBG really just stepping it up for the disengage. I think it's actually pretty good.
No, I agree. I was just saying it makes these fights very difficult to tackle. And there's the PA actually going out from Disciples Ascender and somebody to just cleave up everybody in theory. Yeah, that ends up going down though.
You could even see a direct PA counter with this next pick if PBG really want to do that. Skywrath sort of fits into their draft.
Hold on a minute. Are you throwing darts?
But that's
sort of fits into the Disciples draft?
What is your strategy?
No, it's a PBG's draft, but
PBG's draft.
that'd be a lot of single target.
Yeah. Sure. See what they decide to go for. You know, you mentioned the classic Witch Doctor combo for the Chronosphere. That's a good one. Not sure.
That would be a little bit more of like an offensive kind of deal. Like, I'm gonna run in and find a good chrono here. I think that they're really just gonna sit this void back and be like, how much GPM can one man get? And then just if something bad happens, you know, press R and just say no. So that's certainly possible. I don't know, really burning into some of this reserve time here for PG. Really thinking about what they want to do here. Like I said, I would still love to see a Skywrath. I'd love to see one of the Spirit Brothers, but different kind of spirits, fine by me. Wave of Terror, really good. Minus damage, really good. Stun, pretty good. The swap, I don't know how much you're going to want to swap a PA towards yourself, or towards the rest of your team, rather. But good, could be good for catching a Warlock out of position here. DOS could pick up a Rubik again, and that would actually be really good, as long as Rubik just doesn't die. But
yeah, we get to see the Felicity Jones Rubik. It's like old Trench League classic. One of Disciples Sinner's favorite support heroes. But you'll see, they're also dipping into the reserve time. They go for the TA. Wow. This is very all in like single target physical damage right now, I feel. I mean,
yeah, this is going to be some aggression with a capital A coming out from Disciples here.
Yeah. I feel like they have the tools to deal with that with, you know, the Chronosphere. Crystal Maiden's pretty good at that, at stemming off aggression. Well, like, you know what I would kind of like to see from PBG, if this is a support bench, right? I wonder if they have an Invoker player, like somebody You can go Exhort Invoker and like sort of split push up the
I mean,
map.
okay, so the thing about Invoker is that if you don't have Ghost Walk queued up and you have an empowered PA coming towards you, you have the ability to die in 1 or 2 right clicks and not even be able to think about what color Quas is. So I think Invoker might not, especially with the traps coming out from the TA. Invoker likes movement speed. Invoker likes being able to be the controlling factor in a fight. And against a team that has a Magnus and a Warlock, let alone a PA that can go anywhere that she wants, I think Invoker would be really easily controlled. I don't think that would be a good pick from PBG.
Alright.
Yeah, dealing with the TA mid without that Viper is a tall order.
5 seconds.
Probably another support coming out from DoS here. Like I said, Rubik Ogre could be good.
Reserve time.
Yeah,
If they really wanted to mess with them, they would get a Slardar, but Juggernaut can care that if he wants to. I think Disciples of Sinner definitely pick a hero that like helps them be not as greedy, because right now I see 3 heroes that need a lot of farm.
yeah.
Magnus is able to get by as he did last game with like not having a ton at the beginning, but the later that the game goes, like these heroes need items.
See what they go for. Ogre is one of those classic selfless supports. Just being a bloodlust.
Looking at it though, DOS have no sub 6 hard stuns or even hard roots. And PBG have a really good root, a really good slow, a really good stun, really good minus armor. And then Mr. Juggernaut giving out free hugs. Oh ho 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 ho.
Pudge. Is this gonna be a Felicity Jones Pudge? I am looking forward to seeing this.
This is a roaming Pudge that is looking to make CM hate herself and the glacier that she came from.
Yeah.
This Vengeful Spirit though could actually do really good against this Pudge, because Pudge could be waddling his way towards the CM. Wave of Terror comes out in the stun, and if you caught rotting at below level 7, then this Pudge is having a bad time. PBG, really the pressure's on here for a really good hero that could deal with this kind of thing. I guess Ember's not absolutely horrible if you build a Lincoln Sphere, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah,
Ember would have to do really well.
Yeah, at least
I would love to see a Tinker from PBG right now. Tinker's the play, man. But Medusa instead. No natural diffusal blade carriers on DOS.
No, without a doubt. You might be able to get one on a TA if you...
Oh, hell no. That's that's not happening. It would happen on the PA. It would happen on the Magnus before it happened on a PA. But, Felicity Jones, as you said, on the Pudge, probably looking to roam and be a jerk. But from the draft, I would have to say that even though DOS has got a really fantastic just damage lineup here, PBG could be able to just control them in the early game, dominate the laning phase, and before you know it, oh my goodness, before you know it, there's a connection failure.
I think that's not actually true. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. I've seen that before. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get into this game. I think that message will go away.
Fantastic.
Alright,
yes.
We're in the game. Perfect. I was coming out immediately.
Yeah, but as I was saying, this Medusa, if they're able to control this laning phase before you know it,
yeah,
could be freezing your ass and just taking a sledgehammer to you.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's pretty great. Like all 3 of these PBG cores do really need their items. Is the thing. I mean, I guess Yusuke, you can just have him be a Chronosphere, but that's not really what you want in case things don't work out and Pineapple Prince gets controlled of that outside of it. I don't know.
Either way, though, as we get into the game for the Radiant side, Starfire on the Vengeful Spirit, Mr. Riskit on the Juggernaut, Pineapple Prince going on the Medusa mid, Fusca on the Void.
Yep. And over on the dire side of Disciples of Cinderin, we've got I Drink Your Milkshake going to the safe lane as the carry Phantom Assassin. Magical Clouds will be picking up that Warlock in the support role. Over in mid, it's Tiny Puddles. He's going to be on his classic TA. We've got Henry Wadsworth Dongfellow on the Magnus, and last, but certainly not least, Felicity Jones will be taking up the Rolling Pudge.
Starfire's telling his team that he wants to go in.
Yeah?
But you never know, you could see a little cheeky cliff play from this Magnus here.
There is a smoke coming out. They're wrapping around. Starfire going in the front with that level of Magic Missile. He's going to run into Wadsworth Dongfellow. Dongfellow, are you AFK? What's going on? Throws the stun. They're going to get the Blade Fury out with the root on top. This is going to be your first blood. No question about it. Wadsworth Dongfellow goes for the Scare Up. Not quite. And now, DoS going to be looking to get out of there. Felicity Jones is thinking about going for this rune, but
he better just be thinking about it, yo.
Not worth it, man. Yeah.
Saving grace is that Venge didn't have enough mana for the stun. If she had that stun, man, it was about 2 seconds away, that would have been a dead fat man.
Yeah, it was looking very scary. Ooh, let's see, Fusca gonna get that block off on the small camp there, so that pull won't be available to the side of Disciples of Cinderin in their safe lane. But yeah.
Time though, holy crap, they got a really good block off in the top lane for people. Or excuse me, DoS.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be difficult.
So avoid with a roaming pudge. Oh my goodness gracious.
What's that?
Almost possibly be a dead void here. No hook
He's
though.
not quite in range of the rot. Yeah, very scary looking.
2 tri-lanes coming out here. Maybe not particularly a tri-lane if this pudge chooses to roam. But at the same time, no.
Yeah, I think we'll see this pudge going to other lanes after they secures a nice start for this PA and keeps on bullying this void out of lane. I mean, look at that rot spam. Having a good time. Yeah, I think both safe laners. Juggernaut actually having a much better start in the very early laning phase compared to this BA. 8-5 compared to 3-1. Both teams' safe lane carry have pretty much not really been contested, but I guess some missed CS coming out from Milkshake here. He should be able to recover though. Not the biggest deal in the world. Where is he? Gets a CS. Oh, and now Fusca. He actually gets slowed up. Not going to be quite in range for the rot. And Starfire is actually there with the magic missile at the ready. He's rotated forward into this top lane. But Jones comes forward with the rot. There's a blink forward from Milkshake Drinker. Starfire pops out that magic missile and is trying to body block up Felicity Jones. He's going to be able to save his Void's life in the end. Pineapple Prince put double damage in this mid lane. Might be able to use this to salvage his lane. He is a good 5 CS behind the
Oh, I would not argue. I would argue that Pineapple Prince has no salvaging to do. He's actually in a position of power. Even based on the CS here, he's able to hit this tower, and this TA doesn't even have mana for refraction. So that means that he can just continually cast Mystic Snake, and TA is not going to be able to do anything. So TA is really on the hot seat here to make this lane work.
Yeah, unfortunately TA is going to have a bottle very shortly. But yeah, that double damage is very nice.
Try coming out top lane, Fusca. Really not enjoying the time that he's having up here. He's got a Vengeful Spirit buddy to help him out. But even against this DoS team, I don't even think the buddy roll will be able to save them now that this Pudge has hook.
Yeah, it's going to be very scary. I think they actually got a glimpse of Felicity Jones. Starfire is running aggressively into the woods. I want to be careful with that though, as Felicity Jones actually gets sight of him. Starfire going balls to the walls. It would have been kind of scary if he got hooked and just rotted up. Didn't end up happening though. It's again a fairly quiet early laning phase. Both teams just farming up. Right now, Juggernaut, by far, has the most, getting the most farm here. 28 last hits compared to the next closest competitor at 18.
Yeah, this offlane there just sort of
Jones.
dissolved.
He's rotated behind Fusca. He gets the time walk. Is there going to be a hook there? It does connect on him. He's got another 20 seconds left before he can time walk again. With that upheaval slowing Fusca down, this should be a kill. He pops a Fairy Fire, desperate for any sort of help, and now Starfire is going to be next. That's 2 kills going the way of this Disciple Sinner in tri-lane. And yeah. Definitely, that's the power of that Pudge right there. So much flow coming out. Really quite ridiculous, to be honest. But, yeah. Nice early kills.
Having said that, Pudge is only 30% slow at the level that he's at right now. But Upheaval has an 84% max slow, so he was probably hitting right around 40% slow there. So this Warlock, actually, Pudge providing the damage from the rot, the real move flow coming out from the Warlock here. Once again, looking to go on this Medusa mid lane. Like I said, really on the dire side here to make sure that this Medusa is not get into a position of power most of the way to her Acula as well, but in the meantime, this bottom lane has been completely free for Risk It here.
Oh, yeah.
He already has his phase boots, he's working into his Manta, not even stopping off for a different item.
Yeah, he's having...
Doesn't even pull for the CM. The CM just running away to go help elsewhere, pulling for himself. This is a self-sufficient man. Meantime,
They actually got a kill top on the Vengeful Spirit. That's exactly what happened, but sure maybe some hooking was involved. But Venge picking up a smoke, might be looking to set up some sort of aggressive play. I think Medusa mid might be the highest priority target right now, at least the easiest one. Risk It having his Blade Fury and Omni Slash ready right now could definitely turn things around, especially with phase boots. He's kind of a tough kill. Then again, there is that mana shield to deal with. No real easy place to go to find kills if you're PBG.
this
besides.
Juggernaut has 50 CS,
Yeah,
20 above the mid hero,
yeah, he's making
25 above his own.
quite a lot out of this safe lane. Completely uncontested farm here. Just spends
It's level 7. He could kill this Warlock from full HP without help.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
he
he gets
could.
the bottle and the Acula out though.
Watch with Donkfella, TP's back. Pick up that XP and gold under the tower there, but yeah, Juggernaut's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
In the meantime, in the top lane, trying
yeah.
to go on this Void here, but the creeps. Jones is having a bad time with his friends, the creep. A triple stack here though. Not choosing to pull
It
yet.
looks like they went on to his Templar Assassin, however. He didn't get frozen up by Pineapple Prince's Stone Gaze. Now they're looking to turn it around. Pineapple Prince almost completely out of mana, but on the other side, Mr. Biscuit gets hooked. Looks like they're going to opt for him. I think if they could have chased down that Medusa, but now Starfire gets slowed up, the trap on top of it all. Going to be taking some damage here. Don't know if they have enough. There's not enough mana for refraction, so Tiny Puddles has to be careful diving this tower. And with the rotation
He
from the
could have
sea,
done that. He could have done that easy.
I think he would have lost his life though.
Nah,
Taking tower
Tiny
hits
Puddles would have
plus-
gotten out just fine.
CM, I guess CM only has 1 level into offensive abilities.
That Pudge had enough mana to hook him out too.
Well,
Could have totally done that.
playing it safe.
Too safe, man. DoS really have to assert the dominance here against this Medusa. Because right now, they're really just going to have one overpowered hero to be within Mr. Risk It. But if they have 2, that's a lot taller of an order.
Yeah, really. Ooh, top lane. Looks like they are able to find Fusca there. Faceless Void. Getting shut down. Still not level 6. That Chronosphere going to be a big power spike for them. Having quite a tough time. And now Starfire actually got caught out. Felicity Jones still has quite some time before he can hook, so he's not going to be able to finish off that kill. And that's a Yasha completed out for Mr. Risk It. He pushes in. This tier 1 tower bottom is very low. Just spins through those creeps.
The tier 1 tower is dead.
Yeah.
And so is that Magnus if he tries to do anything about it.
It's just dead. Magnus, no, don't do it, man. Wait. Fine, just sitting back. Oh man. That Juggernaut. He's got money. He has got money. Now once with Gunko went up just a bit too far. Gets Omni slashed. He tries to steer out
Magnus.
of it, but,
in the meantime, the mid lane, Stonegaze coming out on Pudge in the TA.
Report comes out from Felicity Jones. Yes. The rage consume you. Exactly what happened to warrant one of those. I guess the Magnus.
Unlimited power.
Alright.
Top lane, the skirmish is still going on. Just
Yeah.
trading blows.
Very tough. Very scary for this Void with that ever-present threat of the Pudge. I think he's actually showing on the map mid lane, so they can be a little bit more confident, but still. Yeah,
Juggernaut passing 80 CS here, oh my goodness.
he is almost 2,000 net worth ahead of the next tier in the game, which is the TA. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that's what happens. They didn't even really make that much of an effort to contest this lane. Now he's taking the stack. Look at that. Yeah. Oh man. So big. He's so big. Almost has a man to complete it out. Just a few more minutes and I expect he'll have it.
DoS here. Used to playing the early aggression from last game, not finding it again here with a draft that's really more content to sit back and farm, except for the fact that the Juggernaut does it better than them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't care how many free Battle Furies you have. If you literally leave a Juggernaut alone in the safe lane, it's like cat-eating a small child. Like, he's gonna go crazy. And it's gonna take a lot of pain and power to stop him. However, there's a triple stack in the Ancients here for the Dire. TA
Many puddles going at it.
looks like it's delicious, but I don't know how much refraction's gonna help you, friend.
Yeah, no Desolator or not even a Blightstone there. It's gonna be tough to go for. And Tiny Puddles forced to give up already. Where are you going? Forcing out the Stonegaze mid. Pineapple Prince. Trying to protect that tier 1 tower.
Clutch refraction shot.
Ooh,
Felicity's really lucky that didn't hit him.
Henry Wadsworth Dongfellow.
Oh,
They find
Starfire!
Starfire. I don't know if he thought they couldn't see him or what, but he was just sitting in those trees there. And dies, but now there's the jump in from Puska. Is there a chorus group? It connects onto 3. Mr. Risky comes forward, gets the Omni Slash on it. Some unlucky bounces, but still. They actually might not be able to find anybody. Oh, I spoke too soon. Magical Clouds, there's an RP onto 3. Screw back into the tower with the Empowered PA doing some work out. They bring down the Crystal Maiden. Mr. Riskit will fall. This could be a gigantic kill. He will die. Now Fuska is going to be the next on the chopping block. Starfire tried to save his friend, but it's all in vain. Now he has to run for his life as I drink your milkshake. Has that blink streak.
DoS in the mid lane, by the way. A huge hook coming out from the Pudge.
Yeah, I saw Deuce was dead. I got Deuce there, but yeah. Not going to be able to find that Vengeful Spirit, but a huge RP there. And again, this Felicity Jones is able to find PBG out Starfire, but now he might. Oh, he gets bashed as he goes for the TP out. First hit bash. Unlucky, but I think it might have been optimistic anyway. Root comes up. Oh, he gets the deny though. Perfectly timed route from him. Nice. Well played. Tiny Puddles over.
All the while.
Yeah.
Still chopping away on these ancient creeps.
As the Shrine is going to give it another go, but that's enough for now. And in that meantime, the tower died. PBG. Pineapple Prince has a Stonegaze. Tiny Puddles able to force it out though. All that mana drained up though. Jeez. Eesh Louish. That's that.
Yeah, this Juggernaut, even though he's getting pretty fat, DoS is really able to take the board with the kills here.
Yeah, they really are. I think, I mean, just with the heroes that PBG have with a DoS, especially to an extent with the Juggernaut, they're really happy sitting back and farming. Ooh, top, however, Starfire in a bit of trouble. Felicity Jones, who needs a hook when you have really fast move speed? Tranquil Boots, that buff coming in clutch, and now Mr. Iskit trying to man up. The Skewer comes through, and Omni Slash just came
sir.
It came through the Blade Fury.
Sir, does not pierce magic me.
No, I realize that. Yeah.
No, I'm talking to the Magnus as in, like, sir.
Yeah, no. Not working out for him. But yeah, I'm not even sure if skewering him back would have been what they wanted, because his Omni Slash was just coming off cooldown, and this is a big fat boy. A big fat boy. Going for a defusal next. Still on his way to it, and now top lane. They're just pushing in. Oh, Starfire wrapping around, however. Little do they know, there's a big fat man waiting in the wings, trying to bring down this innocent little maiden. He's gonna be able to do so.
I don't know, man. She wasn't that innocent. She ran in with as if her balls were pretty big there.
Yeah.
She was pretty confident that she was gonna have follow-up from her team. And I think that she just got pog-champed by her own team, basically.
Yeah. While this is going on, TA was able to get a tower mid, but probably Mr. Iskit just pushes up this wave to the tier 2. Maybe you're gonna force some response from Disciples Ascender.
Well, although he's got this Manta, this Juggernaut, if he's not helping his team, this one-man farm fest is going to quickly become not enough to sustain an entire team. Come on, guys, trickle-down economics does not work.
Not for Dota 2, baby. Oh, they get the Chrono out onto this PA, but evading the hits. That's like 2 misses in a row. Not looking good. They did not have the damage in that Chrono. They're not deterred at all.
Here comes the RP. They're standing so close.
They are standing so close together, but he just wants to get himself the heck out of there. But Fuska, he's not afraid. Charges on in. And now, drink your milkshake. He's trying to turn this around. Almost brings down Starfire, but the stuns are there. And the rock, it comes in with the ARP on top of everything. And Tiny Puddles is here. Cleans up. That's a double kill. Yeah.
Oh.
They just overstayed their welcome a little bit too much.
That wasn't even. They weren't even welcome to begin with. There was no welcome.
They got gonked.
That was a rod up the butt from minute 1.
They just got gonked on the head. Yeah. Well. Yeah, that was an odd Chrono. I definitely did not have the damage to bring down that PA.
Yeah, this Juggernaut is nowhere to be found, man. Juggernaut needs to buy a Shadow Blade this game, go all the way into the back of the fight, tap this Warlock in the shoulder, and say, "How about nah?" Because otherwise, there's not an opening here.
They're just pushing tier 2.
Sure, yeah, sure they can stone gaze it, but beyond that, it's like, okay, have fun with that.
Yeah, I mean. Gotta work to get some sort of turn on here. There's no Chrono for 60 seconds, but Drink Your Milkshake's taking a bunch of damage. Blink, however, should secure the life of this
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know why they're running at them without a Chrono. There's a swap, and the Pudge will fall just from the basic amount of damage that goes on there, but like.
I think they knew there's no RP, there's no rock.
But that's not enough for PBG, man. That's not enough. They're down by, you know. What is that? 12 kills? Like,
yeah.
Somebody else has got 4 times the kills than you, and you're just sort of like running at them to look spooky. There's only so much you can do with that. It will be a top tower coming down that was in deny range, so a little bit of a misplay by DoS there. But at the same time, how can you argue with a PA with a Vlad's who literally just doesn't care about HP anymore because she jumps in with Shadow Word and she starts fighting and ends up with more HP than she started with. And with the double, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Double damage, and this is a very sad Medusa here, in a hot sec here. No trap usage coming out from the TA. TA opted not to use the trap. And then DoS are just gonna make quick work of this bottom lane too with that Vengeful Spirit Desolator.
He comes in with the Chronosphere, trying to tear through these refraction charges, not doing any damage just yet. But now Mr. Biscuit with the root and the ultimate. But there's an RP onto 3. He's gonna get the spear back too.
Oh,
do they have the damage?
Goodness.
No. It looks like it's just gonna save the life of the TA for now. But
what was that swap? Oh, that was the swap. Okay.
Yeah.
Felicity Jones, sir. Oh my goodness.
DoS, yeah. That was an amazing RP. T was just too low to just man up and cleave through them with side blades, but
They're lucky that the Juggernaut was there finally for the fight, because otherwise that would have just gone down the drain for them. Because these RPs, holy god, man!
yeah.
To say that they were on point would be not doing this man justice. These have been fantastic RPs.
That's why it keeps getting banned out against them. PBG, Mr. Iskit. Gonna be able to take this tier 2 here, I believe. Shouldn't be much that can stop him at this point. And he's very big, but yeah. I like how he's sort of fighting with his team a bit more.
PA's got a basher now, so this void is sad. So is the Juggernaut, but sort of.
Yeah.
Honestly, PA, the thing that's gonna really make these fights go easy for DoS is if PA just blinks in and just deletes an enemy hero. Just certainly possible, but you know, this TA has the ability to set 8 traps around the map, so there's fantastic vision and fantastic team fight as well, just being able to get that slow. Because they've got, geez, 4 slowing spells on their team. Between Trap, Upheaval, Rot, and Dagger. Basically, you don't get to move if you're a hero on the Radiant side. So... a little bit less stacking coming out from the, excuse me, from the Dire side here, but looks like they're not going to need it. Take a glance at the net worth here.
Oh, I found the PA actually. Looks like they're able to bring him down. Mr. Iskit completely manning up, and they jump forward. They found Pudge too, and Tiny Puddles is going to be next. Mr. Wadsworth Dongfellow comes in with the RP, but it's too little too late. I mean, it's nice that you hit that RP, man.
Rampagu?
Whatever.
Rampagu?
The Magical Clouds
yeah,
would have to be a very
Warlock's running
charitable
towards
guy
him.
to give him the Rampagu. Oh man, it's common courtesy. If somebody gets an ultra kill, you just give it to him. I mean.
Well, I guess giving them a tier 3 and a tier 2 is like enough.
Yeah.
Oh, they just go through the tier 2.
Yeah, for sure a tier 2 here. Maybe, of course, saving for buyback. I really expect that to happen. That's the power of being this farmed on a hero like Juggernaut. I mean, catch him off guard. Working towards Abyssal Blade now. I think they just underestimated his damage there.
I mean, DOS are really doing good for themselves with pushing these objectives and knowing when to capitalize off of a fight. And this Juggernaut is a full 6k ahead of this 5k. Ahead of this GA, who's right below him, and Medusa falling straight behind that.
Yeah.
So, they're doing pretty well for themselves. Like, all things considered, I definitely would not say that PBG are out of the game yet. It's just that, you know, DOS have been consistently winning more of these fights. And once again, the vision game really becoming important. TOS doing a really good job about this. Just getting all these words out in all the right places just to make sure that they maintain vision, maintain control, and have a very good handle on their little communist state that they set up here. Yeah. So, in the meantime though, let's talk about Felicity. He's been doing pretty good for himself here, just running around the map and being a nuisance. He has 5 and 3. He has the second most kills in the games behind his behind the Juggernaut player on the other team here. But really just doing a lot of work here. We see a group up from the Dire heroes. Maybe smoke, maybe rotation. You know.
They have a smoke. They have it on Magical Clouds, and I think they'll look to pop it now.
This could just be a rush here.
Yeah, I believe they can take a rush very quickly with the PA and the Dust Later on Tiny Puddles.
Dust pops on the Magnus. Giant Spirit might not have seen him.
Oh no.
Smoke has to pop for this.
Looks like PBG.
Oh, this could be bad. Oh, this could be bad.
Final Brents, what? Everybody's in. There's an RP connects onto 4. Let's drink your milkshake. They're doing so much damage. The rock comes on top. That's 3 down. Desperate Chronosphere trying to find something here. Mr. Iskit is doing a bunch of damage, but he's going to fall himself. And now on the other side of the fight, Fusca goes for the TP out. There's a Basher here. Can they make it? 1 hit, 2 hit? No, it's not going to come.
I'm pretty sure that was a 5-man. Or I'm pretty sure that was 5 people in 1 RP by one Mr. Wadsworth.
It was a heck of a lot, that's all I know. It very well may have been. That was that was ridiculous, that's what it was. That's all I can say. And yeah, power of the dong fellow right there. That's the power. And yeah, Trey Roshan goes away Tiny Puddles. Good, like, 10 minutes before the first time it was taken last game. Maybe not, but before it was taken last game.
Yeah, both of these teams, DoS is pretty good at knowing how to capitalize here, but PBG, even though this Juggernaut is right where he wants to be farm-wise, he is not able to give the team some of his farm.
Yeah, I mean, this Medusa, I mean, has a Dragon Lance and almost a Scotty, but really doesn't have that much damage output, and now gonna try to pop the Stone Gaze. However, actually it's on cooldown now, and that's a dead mine.
Oh, big crit.
That was a crit, yeah. Mr. Riska tries to help his friend. Not gonna get slowed by that specific trap, but drink your milkshake. Going balls deep, the defusal comes out, and now Tiny Puddles takes away all of his armor. Tries to bring him down, but no, not quite. And now Fusca, no chrono for another while, so isn't really gonna have a chance to do anything. They're still looking to fight. Tiny Puddles absolutely manning up. He's kind of in the wrong neighborhood. Mr. Biscuit goes in for that ult. Does die, but there is the
There's the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
there's the Juggernaut.
He is a hero now. Running down Watch with Dongfellow. On the other side of the fight, it looks like TA's Aegis was popped. Has that Blink Dagger to get himself out of there. And now, Mr. Riskit on the run. Pops the Blade Fury. Do they have the damage to bring him down? He's getting chomped through. But Chronosphere gonna save the life of Mr. Riskit.
Good Chronosphere.
Yeah, good chrono there. That was definitely worth it. I mean, you don't want to use a defensive chrono is never a good thing, but I mean, Mr. Riskit's just so big. I feel like he gives away quite a bit of gold. Still though, they don't have chrono defend this. They don't have Omni-Slash defend this. They have Stone Gaze, and that's like it for big spells. However,
yeah.
like DOS opts to get out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. That Juggernaut did pretty well for himself that last fight.
He really
Made
did.
it out via the void here. Managed to take the Aegis even off of the backs of DOS here. And they mounted what looked like a pretty good defense.
They did. Oh, it looks like, holy crap. Crystal Maiden gets absolutely blown up by Tiny Puddles, who will make short work of Starfire again. The two supports of PBG get gonked.
These poor guys.
Yeah. This TA catching up in net worth to the Juggernaut. I mean, he was like 5,000 behind, now he's like 1,500 or something behind.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Closing
This
the gap.
Juggernaut looking to try and split push, but that doesn't save the impending doom coming to that Radiant bottom tier 2 tower.
No. Yeah, I think when he really had an advantage was when, like, after that laning phase was over, he was just so far ahead of anybody else. Nobody else was even in the same planet as him in terms of like net worth, damage.
I mean, we have no chrono on this void here. This is probably a free tower here.
Yeah, they can't.
Considering the
right into it.
Desolator damage, holy nutsacks.
Can't get there in time.
That empowerment, this Magnus is a freak of nature. Minus the fact that he looks like a horse that got a freaking horn stuck in his head. Like, he's a freak of nature even more than that. He's doing fantastically this game.
That's sort of.
And same thing.
Go ahead.
Same thing for Felicity Jones, man. He's really just been the presence that he's had has been pretty huge here. But speaking of presence,
Yeah, very good. Gets swapped up, taken down. Nice
the Radiant
stuff,
team gets a present of their own, form of a old chanting man.
This should make my life easier.
Mr. Tiny Puddles back to smacking the ancient creeps.
Has a BKB completed up now. Gonna be in the stash. That'll be very nice for him. Let's see. Stone Gaze does pierce spell immunity. Obviously, Chrono does as well. They have a swap. And also BKB. There's still a lot that can mess with this TA through the BKB. I think it's gonna be a little bit of an issue for him. Not like
Synergistically, synergistically, the Radiant need to be careful though, because Stone Gaze, once frozen enemies, makes them magic immune. So if the CM decides to ulti on top of that, you gotta be careful about that, because there's a potential to have basically no damage output from the CM in the backline. So you're really just going to want to use the Stone Gaze to get your positioning right, and then pop the Chrono. They've been making it work. There hasn't really been an organized fight yet this game, except for when the Dire absolutely annihilated the Radiant heroes here.
He's in a bit of trouble here. He goes for the Omni Slash onto 2, but it's not doing quite enough damage, and it bounces to the tree camp. He's trying to get out of there, but there's the hook. It'll connect onto him. Now he's running to the north. He gets swapped out. There's a Stone Gaze on the back lines. Haven't brought anybody down yet. Tiny Puddles goes invis now, and there's the big spells coming out onto 3 heroes with the rock on top of it. Mr. Risk It manning up completely against Tiny Puddles.
Oh, the Scotty on the Medusa. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, lots of slows out, and there's the Chronosphere. They're going to be able to bring down Magnus, as well as the Golem. And yeah, that was a 3-man RP, but not quite able to get enough out of it. And now Magical Clouds.
A lot of profit. Radiant side here, losing a Vengeful Spirit for TA and a Magnus, plus the Juggernaut lives. That's a pretty good fight if you are PBG.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It looked like that Juggernaut was going to be in for serious trouble there, but with that swap save, able to survive.
Oh my goodness, and DoS were committed. Look at this, they had 4 wards right here. They really want to see what's going on here. A little bit of a misplay here with these two really close to each other, but
yeah, not the most
Warlock making sure that there are no creeps here for this Radiant push. The Scotty and the Medusa coming in just in time with that TP the Shrine, doing a lot of work here. But in the meantime, the PA pushing this tier 3 tower, and the Warlock preventing these creeps from walking up any farther. All the while maintaining vision on this Venge, so the Warlock knows to run away when the Venge is getting here. The PA is still pushing under the cover of Blur. Tier 3 tower down. Base has been broken. Now, picking up the shrines in the backline.
Yeah, not a whole lot that DoS can do about that.
Roche timer at about a minute left here. Potential for DoS to sort of get their tempo back. I think they tripped a little bit here. Their steps are faltering.
I'll take that.
This Medusa, man.
Yeah, really.
Medusa's gotten there.
That's the thing. I feel like this was a pretty greedy draft from PBG. They, even with all that farm on the Juggernaut, they kind of lost out in the early game, but just Medusa's about to have a BKB, Scotty, Dragonlance. That's kind of getting to be a pretty unkillable beast right there. Not unkillable,
I mean,
but
part of it is, yeah, just that mana shield that's not reflected in net worth. Like, the mana shield by itself is like at least 5,000 gold worth of items for any other hero in the game. That's why Medusa's just going to get 4th on the net worth chart, and yet she's doing, you know, almost, you know, some of the most work, even past the Juggernaut, because sure, the Juggernaut, you know, jumps in and spins away, but Medusa sat in the back for that fight, literally just turning on split shot and just, you know, A-clicking the ground. Managed to take down 2 heroes in the last fight that way, but
you're going on a milk
Diesel Blade.
Oh, Mr. Riskit pops that Omni Slash. They're sharing the damage, however, with the Tiny Puddles traction charges. And now Starfire gets absolutely decimated there. Oh my goodness.
5 viewers have received a prize for watching an enemy hero get absolutely decimated.
Yeah, that was crazy. Wow, that was...
Yeah, I would be surprised that they haven't been even meaner and found a way to get a medallion or a solar crest on one of these Dire heroes, because PA, Desolator, and Power solar crest is basically like you have a greater chance of not living than living.
Yeah. Well,
But once again, a Roche attempt that I'm pretty sure the Radiant know about. Or they might not.
Smoked into it, so they didn't see them go in.
I mean, there's a D ward waiting to happen right here, but looks like it's not happening.
No, well,
there it goes.
They didn't want to show just yet while they were in the rush pit.
Been in the bottom lane. No trap out to spot that. Could be pretty good. But DoS looking to seal the deal here before this Juggernaut could get
Ooh,
too
they get
big,
the
and they
fuck off
catch
on a
him.
Juggernaut.
He chooses wisely, and there is the
Big
Chrono
Void
3.
on off lane with Pineapple Prince just heading away, doing quite a bit of damage here onto this TA. It's gonna fall down. Oh, but there's the rock. It hits onto 2 on the back lines. The Aegis has popped, and now Mr. Riskit didn't die. That's a 1-for-1 so far with the Aegis on top. And there's a swap.
He is swapped back. Oh my goodness.
Very dead. Oh my god, there's an RP. It hits onto 4. They're going to be able to bring down at least one of them. 2 more on the deck. Mr. Riskit trying to man up completely. Has the Omni Slash again. Goes forward, brings down Magical Clouds. And now Tiny Puddles is sitting there invis. But there's a tower, buddy. You can't do that. Can you kill Mr. Riskit? No, it cannot.
If only that TA had spotted that D.
That could have been completely fight changing right there.
Well, that was an Aegis pop on the TA though.
Yeah, they got
Not happy about that. The Warlock column smacking the tower, taking it. Well, that actually did end up being a. But I think that DoS here really having to start to contend with the fact that they're getting outfought in some of these places here.
Yeah.
That Aegis really didn't do anything. That was a pretty hefty victory for PBG here, except for the fact that they weren't able to deny the tower there from that Golem just smacking it down. Golem's like, do you even play Minecraft, bro? I know how to punch things.
Oh, yeah. Working towards that MKB here next. It's gonna be very nice to actually be able to kill his PA rather quicker and more easily.
I find it funny that this Void is opting for an Aghanim Scepter.
I mean, I feel like he's not gonna be. They're definitely much more relying on the Juggernaut and the Medusa for damage. They have plenty to go around there, and just the longer duration on the Chrono with the Medusa. He said just A-clicking in the background can be very good.
I don't know, if I were PBG, I would actually be looking to force some fights here. In a position of power, you know that the RP is down, you know that the Rock is down, and they're just sort of sitting back doing nothing. I disagree with that. There's a lane of exposed racks in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I would have liked to see some aggression there. I think DoS might be grouping up for a smoke, maybe? Oh, they don't have one, they're just grouped. Or do they? Yeah, they have it on Magical Clouds. Comes out of the backpack. They're about to get ready to go here. Eventually. Maybe not. I got all excited for nothing. Thanks a lot.
Another double damager on this Templar, man. That's like the 4th double damager she's got this game. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, quite a bit with the Daedalus picked up there. Massive crits. Possibility for massive crits anyway. TA is now the highest net worth in the game, having surpassed that Juggernaut.
Yeah, but, you know, at 37 minutes in, 2K is like one spin through the jungle. But, I don't know, these Radiant heroes might not be in the best position with all these other heroes smoked here.
Yeah, they seem
might just try and be a... I mean, the problem with this is that this looks like a bait play, but how effective is a bait if it's a double damage Templar assassin? It's not very juicy to me.
Very close to TA, so if they decide to commit a Chrono to the TA, chances are they're not going to be really in that great of a position to help the TA out. They might even get caught in it. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, even if DoS wins this game, the MVP of the game is still Magnus. Or excuse me, even if PBG wins this game, the MVP is still Magnus. Like, no question.
All those
just because these RPs have been so huge. Like,
RPs.
if their team, if their team has not been able to turn it around, you know, it's their fault. It's not Magnus's fault, because he's given them all the tools they need, but just closing the distance has been sort of the problem here. PA with the BKB looking actually to buy a Diffusal Blade instead of a Big Basher, just to sort of counter the Diffusal Blade on the Juggernaut. But you never know, man.
Never know.
I feel like the numbers are really deceiving this game, because even though it's 31-16, that really says nothing about the kill potential of either of these teams. And even you have the net worth graphs, like this Magnus has 9.4k net worth,
Mm-hmm.
has been consistently taking breeding heroes to town without really even thinking about it. So I'd be wary and trying to predict anything from the numbers here.
Yeah.
Except for the damage numbers, as we're about to see in the bottom lane here,
Going
as
for
DoS confidently marching up.
They have no Aegis to work with, and Tiny Puddle's pretty far up. The rest of his team waiting a little bit farther back to go. He gets jumped on. Like he said, I don't know about using the TA as the bait, but that's what they've opted to do. However, PBG, very disciplined. They know, sir. That worm looks very juicy, but I'm not gonna bite.
PA is just looking to throw a dagger, delete a hero.
Yeah, it's a dream right there, but actually their PA is TP'd to the top lane now. And
I don't know why they're running away from this. This is the perfect time to bait them out. That's the problem with PBG, is that sometimes the coordination is not fantastic. That was the play that they wanted there, was just to keep the TA running around, carrot on a stick, to string it just a little farther, and then just take them out one by one, because guarantee that Juggernaut would have gone in first. But once again, potential for PBG to really turn the fight, and it's possible that DoS really are that scared of them, which is perfectly fine. But you gotta know, guys, can't outfarm a Medusa.
yeah, you really can't. He's going for an MKB as well. Gonna have some real damage out now. Didn't really have any damage items before, but yeah, getting scarier and scarier. So here it comes. Excuse me, comes online.
PA is still looking at the Diffusal Blade, probably just to work on the Medusa and the Juggernaut, but you never know, man. PA has consistently been getting controlled down to the point where not that many right clicks are coming out, but Roche timer, about a minute and a half to go. And PBG, once again, trying to maximize their footprint on the here.
Oh, blink forward from Felicity Jones, trying to find the member, but quick reactions from Piska.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, there we
huge!
go.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a Crystal Maiden. That's a Crystal Maiden.
Wow.
It was anyway.
Jones, you just got Jones, sir.
Just got Jones, baby. Tiny Puddles.
Potential spirit.
That's a Assault Cuirass completed out on the Juggernaut. Gonna be really good for limiting the damage potential of this. This Desolator TA has been just tearing through some certain heroes when he's gotten the chance. AC, very good choice there.
I mean, coming up against the damage of this, just the raw damage output from the Dire side here, the only thing that really saves you from that is like 3 hearts and 3 casual plate mails.
Gross
So
is gonna be up very shortly here. They have a trap in it. Will scout, and Radiant has no vision of that area, so if they are able to get in position to take the Roche, especially with the double damage about to come out on TA, would be very nice.
Double damage.
DoS really don't want this game going on much longer, but it looks like they're not a choice.
Yeah.
They're just not finding the time that they want to group up. All the cooldowns in the game are online.
Is up. They're gonna look to play at that, and then just, if I was them, I'd do that and just try to end the game. I mean, this TA is not getting any stronger, really. I mean, a little bit, but
Except for the 5th double damager in it. Oh my goodness.
I know, right? That's so many double damage. Too much at a point. And they know Roche is up. It looks like PBG. Oh, there's a swap. Part of the Magnus. They take him out immediately, as well as they get the TA just in the edge of the Chrono. Pineapple Prince is able to hit away at him. That's Tiny Puddles dead.
This is why you don't wait, guys.
Yeah.
This is why you don't wait.
That's very
Both
big.
of them have buyback, but that was suboptimal, to say the least.
Without a doubt. Very good jump there. And now PBG is barreling up this lane here.
And they don't have a Warlock underneath the bottom tier 2 to deny the creep wave here, so this is Rax. Unless there's one,
One buyback.
probably gonna be two here. Unless that's enough to scare them?
I don't know.
real?
Brisket's TPing actually. They clear this wave. I don't know. I would have
What the
tried
heck?
to. I would have tried to cancel or to get the TA.
These guys are scared of pushing. I just bait the Magnus buyback and rinse and repeat, kill them all again, apparently. But maybe swing to the mid lane. Maybe they want the top lane. Maybe they want the shrine. But I think that I'm a firm believer in the fact that was a lane of Rax, at least one.
The good thing about PBG is they're really not on a time. Like they're not like, oh man, we gotta end. They're happy as late as this goes. I mean, I can't blame them for just being like, well, let's be careful, just take a Roche.
I mean, but you run a significantly larger risk the more time that this PA is alive. But that Roche on the Juggernaut is gonna tell a little bit of a different story here.
Yeah, but if the Magnus jumps in, gets a good RP, TA buys back, there's a good chance that they could still lose a fight there, especially with that high ground disadvantage. I mean, I don't think that was a guaranteed lane of Rex by any means, but
Dire's top tower has fallen.
when I roll that around in my head.
I'm pretty sure they still had Chrono up at that.
No, they had no chrono. They used it to
Oh.
take out the TA like just right there, and then they walked there. It wasn't up by
Ah, okay.
Yeah, if they had chrono, it would be a different story. It is up now, and they're ready to go. Let's see. Buyback stats, actually.
This Warlock is on the wrong side of the map.
Only TA and PA, the Assassin Twins, have buyback right now. As this Brisket pops that spin and hits away at the tower. We saw this before on the other side of Temple Center in last game. A nice chunk of damage out on that
It's
tier
for
two.
Wad's Dong here. Something to do.
They're going again. Juggernaut goes for the spin. Takes out that tier 3. Cuts Solarcrest, and he's looking for more actually. Takes a chunk of damage. Milkshake going in, but gotta be very careful there.
PBG.
Oh, watch what Dongfellow goes for the skewer back, but there is a time walk. Yuska.
Oh,
That was almost a hook. Almost
swing and a
hook.
miss.
Very close. Now risk it. Rinse and repeat. Pop that Manta. Go for it. Milkshake. Some nice damage. Careful, however. There is a slow coming out from this Warlock. Oh, and there's the RP. It comes forward. It connects onto 2. He's trying
Only
to go for
on
the
2,
screw
but
back,
the
but
root-
on the back
oh.
lines, there's Chrono. It connects onto 3. There's gonna be no
Yikes.
further aggression
Yikes.
to be had there, and this is looking to be very terrible. He pops down this
Yikes.
Warlock ult, just trying to get anything, but no, it's not looking good for them at all. No buyback on Magnus, no buyback on Warlock. Felicity Jones doing what he can, has the hook, but he's taking quite a bit of damage now. He's gonna fall down to PBG Pineapple Prince. Now, 3 are dead, they can just keep on going. Iska, however, hit buildings, kills me nothing. Go take out that mid and bottom racks. I think you got yourself a game wrapped up in a nice little package. The bow on top. I mean, not a lot these 2 heroes can do about it. They pop out the glyph, but so what, right?
Yeah, this is a fantastic
This game
display
is
of
over here.
the biceps of PBG here.
Oh,
are in
Milkshake.
full
He's trying to go
flex.
for it. Goes in onto Starfire. He's able to bring him down, but there's another Chrono by now. It's part of that eggs. Mr. Biscuit on the sidelines does bring out his
Jeez.
ultimate, but yeah, they're looking terrible.
Yeah.
TA is dead. No buyback. Drinking Milkshake's on the run. Trying to make his way out of there. Actually, sort of almost bringing down Fuska, but no, it's not going to be enough. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Still not calling it
Like
yet,
I was
but they
saying.
have no RP and they have no rock. Like, what are you going to do, right?
The sexy body of PBG, carved out of marble. One bicep is Juggernaut, the other not. The other one is Medusa.
Yeah. Very strong.
DoS here, being bad sports and not GG now. Oh, there it is.
There you go. I mean,
Late though.
alright.
But
PBG,
PBG
right back.
forcing a deciding game 3.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's talk about that game. Please be gentle, victory does come out.
So like I said, even though PBG won, Magnus is still MVP. Okay, in all seriousness though, I think that the MVP of the game was, the fact that DoS didn't force issues when they really, really, really needed to. So
Yeah.
first they let this Juggernaut get big, while the Medusa was still like spinning up. Because that's the problem with Medusa, is that if you actually commit heroes to just dealing with her early game, she doesn't have anything for like 20 minutes. But they were just sitting back content to try and make that top lane something happen when it didn't. Juggernaut ended up getting, whatever the hell he wanted. And then, halfway through the game, DOS realizes, oh shit, this Juggernaut is huge. Let's go kill this guy. And then they just completely ignored the entire rest of the Medusa. And then they just, like I said, the two biceps of PBG, repeatedly taking turns punching people in the face.
Yeah.
And I have a really massive bug flying around my room.
Hmm. Well,
But yeah, if I had to put, I still MVP of the game. I don't know, man.
it's hard to say. I mean, Juggernaut got so much farm in his lane, but didn't do. I mean, he did stuff with it, but not as much as he maybe could have.
I mean, if we're going from the standpoint of most valuable player, Lisa by net worth, but honestly, that Void, it was sort of a weird pick, but it ended up working because as I said, having that defensive spell as opposed to the previous game one where there was just nothing really to be had there. But the defensive chrono really picked it up. There's a time in the mid lane where he was able to save the Juggernaut, who was just about to finish an item. So honestly, that Void pick coming in clutch.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And there are a couple of cases, like especially that last fight at the tier 3 top, got a really nice RP out, but on the backlines all of a sudden, 3 of your heroes are chronoed and they can't do anything to follow up on that RP. And then your Magnus is just dead in that time, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna lose, apparently. Well, I think we'll be taking a short break here as we go on towards our final deciding game 3, Disciples of Sinner versus PBG. We'll be right back. Thank you all for your patience. And we're back. How's it going, Mr. Robotic Warfare? We're ready for another exciting game of Dota, aren't we?
Yes, we are. That was a fantastic display of pure muscle.
Yes. We outcarry you, haha. Pretty much, but...
So, once again, the Night Stalker banned. Night Stalker being banned every single game in his set.
Yeah,
Even
PBG
though-
really just pick it first phase every time. Not bad.
Yeah,
10 seconds remaining.
I have to say though, if PBG don't ban this Magnus,
5 seconds
I don't know
remaining.
what
Ban
I'm
the
gonna
Magnus.
do.
Just ban it. There we go.
There it is. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Team banned.
That's perfect. Alright.
They've learned. And the Juggernaut ban, yeah, pretty clear. Lifestealer in the pool now. We could see a Lifestealer pick and Axe. Both Axe was banned both games before. Lifestealer's banned both games before. Possibility that we could see that coming out.
Yeah, we'll see
So
what
we shall
happens.
see.
Axe.
There we
Yep.
go. Axe.
There's one. Where's the other?
Team pick.
Lifestealer, baby. It's good against Axe, just like you said. Chips away at the big strength hero. Love big HP. Problem. See what they decide to go for, though. They're taking their time here.
10 seconds remaining.
Taking their sweet time about it. Jeez.
5 seconds remaining.
Wouldn't be a bad first pick.
Treant
They actually go for the
Tree and
Protector.
Protector.
Recently added the
Tree
Captain's mode. I mean, if you've been following the pro meta right now, like, this supports... The position 4 supports are Riki, Treant Protector, Monkey King, and Earth Spirit. And, like, beyond... Those are, like, 90% of the
10
position 4
seconds
supports,
remaining.
95%
Legion
of the
Commander!
position 4
Ooh.
supports in this meta.
Dire team
So,
pick.
very strong. You can just win other lanes with it. And Legion Commander actually gets picked up. Really nice offlane in
Yeah.
the right hands.
PBG are gonna have to pick or ban an Omni Knight here, otherwise they
10
sort of get
seconds
screwed.
remaining.
You think that
5 seconds
Disciple of Cinder
remaining.
would be interested in the Omni Knight?
Heck yeah. It's a guaranteed dual win, basically.
Time now.
Yeah, I guess.
There's like 3 different ways that you guarantee a dual win with Omni Knight. They go for the okay.
Radiant team banned.
Fair
that's
enough.
Very strong against Legion. In certain case, if the Dazzle's on
Lifestealer
point.
is still in the pool, so you never know about that.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets banned out here. I would expect PBG to ban it. Second phase. Actually, Disciples of Cinder and take it out of the pool.
Dire team banned.
Alright.
I mean, it's pretty good against Legion. It's sort of 2 armlet heroes that really don't care about each other's armlets, but trading between, you know, Lifestealer and Legion Commander,
10 seconds remaining.
overwhelming odds, or excuse me, oh my god, I can't talk. Moment of
5
courage
seconds remaining.
doesn't happen all the time, but that life leech happens all the time. So
Reserve time.
in a battle of attrition, Lifestealer definitely comes out on top for that. But the Dazzle, really good pick, saving people from that grave saving people from the duel. So I think that we could see a silencer in this game as well. Would be pretty good. Sniper ban.
Radiant team banned.
Once again, the hallmark of the one there. Leaving a lasting impact. Please be gentle, guys.
Yeah, really.
Luna man,
Dire team
knowing that
banned.
PBG could make something out of that hero. But
PBG really love that hero. It's very strong to just group up around, but taken out there.
10
The,
seconds remaining.
if PBG don't ban this Omni Knight here, I would love to see some DoS pick it up, because that'd be a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
Nice. I mean, the things that Omni Knight does offer in the duel is like damage immunity from Legion Commander and like spell
Give me
immunity.
1 second while I kill this massive bug.
Go right ahead. I'll just tell the audience that I don't really know that Omni Knight so much guarantees that Legion Commander will get the duel win, because
Here we go.
Omni offers some damage side to do it with the purification, but beyond that, you still have a dazzle in this game.
It saves you from the axe too. Like, there's
Yeah,
a war. Okay, that warlock. I like the warlock band. I would still love to see an Omnium. Like, it's a good hero.
It's a really great hero, especially at this level. I think that, like Axe blinks in, calls people.
And it could also be really good as Abaddon here because you get
5 seconds remaining.
a shielded, protected armor Legion
Reserve
commander.
time.
Pretty freaking good. So Abaddon or Omni Knight for DOS could be a really solid picks here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in that case you don't lose your duels, but are you really going to win them? Like, I mean, I feel like you need some sort of more guaranteed damage, though. Like, I don't think either of those heroes just gives you a guaranteed duel win, especially with the dazzle in the game, by any means.
I mean, but, Abaddon is able to do a lot, and so is Omni, and that gives you two heroes left to be your damage should you want it. This is the beginnings of a decent Invoker game for a DOS, but
yeah,
I don't know if they have a play it.
I don't know if they have a hero or a person who plays it. Tiny Puddles? Not really sure. He'd be the mid player, though. Yeah, I agree. Very good Sunstrike setup already between the Treant and the Legion.
I mean, not even the Sunstrike. In the grand scheme of things, Sunstrike helps with duels, but what you really think about is when this axe is going in, everybody really just rallies behind the axe. That's the purpose of an axe in the game of Dota. So, but the Viper pick still in the pool. They forgot about the Viper.
Never forget the Viper. I wonder how afraid of it they are, though. I mean, you're gonna have to pick somebody in lane who can sort of survive against it.
They've got their position 4 and 5 here, so they're looking for probably an offlane hero right now.
5 seconds remaining.
So to deal with the Viper, I don't know who you get.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Reserve time.
Really don't know. This is probably.
I guess.
Right.
I mean, I guess OD is okay, but not. Sniper's banned, so you can't just outrange the. This is a little bit of an oversight by DOS there. I think they could have easily dealt with that Luna and shutting her down, but I don't know about this Viper, man.
Yeah. One concern about Please Be General's lineup is currently between the two cores that they have in their game, the Viper and the Axe, they really don't have any late game. I mean, they have late game potential, sort of, but not that much.
Not against the Medusa.
No, not against the Medusa at all. And there's no.
If they're greedy, they could be greedy and pick Animage here. It could still fit into their draft.
Animage, definitely very nice against Medusa. That mana burn. Stone is, however, sort of negate some of that, but still a very nice pick. Counters it well. You can man fight a Medusa, kind of.
Image gives them that ticket to the late game as well, but
What's that?
it's pretty greedy.
Monkey King.
Ooh.
Oh,
Monkey King pick up here by Please Be Gentle. Let's see, I assume this is going to be position 4 Monkey King.
King himself.
King himself is here. I think this will be a Starfire Monkey King, which I'd be excited to see.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, and they actually do end up.
They were thinking the same thing we were.
So what carrier would you like to see coming out here from Please Be Gentle? I mean,
if it's a carry,
I think they need a carry. Otherwise, they just lose.
I've seen Safe Lane Vipers. I've seen it. I have flashbacks.
Yeah, but Please Be Gentle doesn't. So they might choose to, but so far they have never run Viper safely, to my knowledge. They might just pull that out now as a surprise, but.
So let's think about this. They could potentially. The only hero that I can think of off the top of my head that would have the same kind of scaling potential as Medusa would be a Spectre. But that's pretty conditional. You'd have to really depend on that Monkey King giving you space to be a Spectre.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good that is, but
5 seconds remaining.
As strange as it sounds,
Yeah,
not horror. Oh, yeah, there it is.
there
Yep.
it is, yeah. They have the heroes to make space in the early game. I mean, all of these heroes do really well. I'm wondering if this is. I assume this is probably a mid Medusa.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be a mid. So they're looking for either.
10 seconds
Yeah, they're looking
remaining.
for a an offlaner right now, assuming that Legion goes safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Somebody that can deal with the
I'm pretty
Spectre.
sure it's an offlane Legion.
I mean, okay, but putting a Legion against a Spectre,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
What's bad about
I don't like that match.
10 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
so if you have
King.
oh.
Yeah, it will be the it will be the offlane Legion commander actually being picked up by Felicity Jones this time. The normal.
Yeah.
So I think it's very nice, like overwhelming odds. You can just sort of bully out the Spectre pretty well there. Have the movement speed to do that. I don't know if they have the greatest punish between, like, Monkey King's not always going to be there. Between like a Spectre and Dazzle is usually what's going to be in lane. I don't really know how much they're going to be able to do to keep Spectre in the game. I feel like if Legion Commander plays right, it's going to be a pretty nice lane at the top.
I feel like this is one of those games where the laning phase is everything. Because once you establish a precedent, once you establish a tempo, that will really, really, really be sort of the life or death situation, especially for this Medusa. Speaking of the Medusa, Medusa is being held down by Mr. Tiny Puddles, and for the rest of the Radiant team, Mr. Henry Wadsworth Dongfellow on the Vengeful Spirit, Felicity Jones on the Legion Commander, and Magical Clouds on the Treant Protector, as well as I Drink Your Milkshake on the Wraith King.
And over on the Dire for PBG, we've got Starfire playing that position for Monkey King. We will have Mr. Biscuit on the Dazzle. Mr. Risket will be playing that Spectre. Down in the mid lane, it's Pineapple Prince on his Viper. And last but certainly not least, taking up the offlane role, going to be Fusca on the, what's it called? The Axe. So yeah, I believe it will be an offlane Legion. And yeah, quick pause coming out. See if they have any smokes going on here. No smokes from Disciples.
Here we go.
Yeah, no smokes from either team actually. So not as much potential for an aggressive play here early.
I mean, I think PBG just win this because they have an Arcana Monkey King.
Well, they see him there. Felicity Jones had the Quelling Blade, but it's just too late. Starfire knows he's in trouble now. Trying to play his way out of this, he just hops down. By the way, the tree's pinged, but he's too fast for them. Oh, that was so close to getting a 4-second stun. Felicity Jones, just too late. Just too late.
This is what you call monkey business, but meanwhile on the bottom lane, the Treant with the Overvenom going onto the Axe here, punching him a couple times and seeing what he can do. But as the horn sounds, we get into the decisive game 3, which is really going to be a nail biter here because you've got the Medusa versus the Spectre, you've got the Viper versus the Legion. You've just got a whole ton of heroes here that really have their conjugates. And quite the interesting matchup here. But in the top lane, Monkey King still looking to hop around here. The Legion goes into the jungle to start with, just leaving this off lane completely free for the Spectre.
We've seen what Mr. Risket can do with a just completely free lane. I mean, things on the last hits nice. Like last time, it's got so much farm with that free lane. And
I mean, this Monkey King trying to think he could contest Felicity Jones in the jungle here, but Felicity spinning around and getting 2 moments of courage. And Starfire now A little worse for wear.
Oh, he cut the tree right before Starfire jumped on it. That's absolutely huge. Oh man.
What is he doing?
What a play. What a freaking
Running
play.
the wrong way.
What a play
He
from
is
Felicity Jones.
not
Good
faster
goal.
than Felicity, but the salve will save his life.
That was so good. Oh my god. That's some pro level shit. Like before he landed on the tree, he cut it down mid-jump. Oh wow.
That's good reaction time. That's what it does to you. Now the Dazzle and the Monkey King are wandering into the jungle just to try and prevent anything. But in the meantime, in the top lane, Vengeful Spirit walks all the way forward to kill the jungling axe, but the jungle creeps get the last hit, and no first blood is drawn. Oh, Vengeful. Feeling bad about missing that.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, but sort of sets back the axe, and I feel like Legion can lane against this Spectre, but with that moment of courage level 1, isn't actually going to be that successful now. I don't know what I think about the decision to just start in the jungle. Now he's coming into lane, but whatever. You're level 1 Legion with moment of courage, you're not going to do that much to mess out Spectre. Actually prompts rotations toward the top lane. Backle Prince having the Invisor.
In the meantime, Spectral Dagger coming out onto the Legion Commander, the Monkey King jumping for it, see what he can do. Primal Spring down onto the trees, and Felicity Jones being slowed. And the Viper there to follow the damage of the Poison Touch with a TP straight out, hoping to save Felicity Jones. That does get out.
Well, I thought for sure that was our first blood, but no. No levels up in the Boundless Strike just yet. Yeah, still level 1 on Starfire. Yeah.
Fantastic TP. Gank from the Viper. Not.
Well, that happened. Tiny Puddles is able to a little bit more of a foothold in this mid lane, but is having some trouble against the Viper, trailing a bit in CS. But not as much as I would expect. Still at full HP and mana. Having a little better time than I expected.
But man, this is a problem though, because this Spectre is getting all the last ditch he wants.
Yeah.
But the Wraith King following suit. Looks like these safe lanes are just completely uncontested.
Yeah, neither team.
Weak offlaners for both teams. This Axe taken to the jungle, this Treant running around, but the Legion Commander being zoned by the Monkey King. A fantastic display of team coordination.
Magical Clouds has actually rotated top to try to shut down the Spectre's farm, realizing that perhaps Wraith King doesn't need the help anymore. Nobody in his lane. I mean, gonna have a bit of trouble doing that all by his lonesome. This Legion Commander is often.
I don't know. That 91 base damage says differently. Poison Touch coming out. The Spectral Dagger going forward onto the tree and looking to see if he can get the Nature's guys in time, but this trail. The Seed will cross, but he runs out of vision of the trees and he will fall, giving first blood. Chose not to juke back into the trees.
Yeah, he could have possibly lived there. They had no true sight, but I still don't really like the decision to just try to solo contest a Spectre's farm there. I mean, you're just you're level 2, not that much you can really do. I mean, without any help anyway. A bit greedy to me, but that's is what it is. Now with that rotation, Fizka has recognized that it's safe to move back into lane and try to contest Milkshake Man. And he's doing just that, trying to get some offlane farm. Prompts Wadsworth to rotate on in.
Meantime, Houston Viper in the mid, absolute.
Cutting out there a little bit. What'd you say?
Said Viper and Medusa pretty. Like within 100.
I think I'm having
time in the bottom lane.
Internet connection issues. I'm not really hearing your words as well, but.
Oh, I'm probably just speaking softer here.
Yeah, can't quite hear you.
There we go. Try that out for size.
Alright.
In the meantime, the Monkey King in the bottom lane looking to see if they can do something. Venge walking forward to the stun, but the call! Primal Spring coming down, and the Venge getting stunned in the meantime. No stun to throw out. The Battle Hunter will take the Venge down. And the fantastic play coming out from PBG.
Yeah. Underestimate. There's that two-man call there. A little bit mispositioned there, and then, yeah, not aware of that Monkey King's presence made them a bit too aggressive.
Oh, this Monkey King had the potential to see Legion Commander here. Felicity Jones has no idea. Starfire not choosing to go in. Thinking that he has too much HP, just choosing to bounce around and try and see if he can deny any of the farm because he has no teammates around. Felicity Jones still has no idea that he's here. Primal Spring coming in, but now he's tipped off. And Starfire does not have mana for Boundless Strike as much. Pops the Clarity to hopefully have something. Possible gank onto this mid lane. The Medusa. This Monkey King was not pinged out, so this Medusa still could stand a fall from it. But in the meantime, in the top lane, Treant punching away at the Spectre, seeing what he can do with harasses. But I have to say though, the Spectre farming up. Climbing towards that Radiance. Top of the net worth by about 600 gold, 500 gold here. Wraith King and Medusa close behind, but at the same time. You don't want the Spectre pulling ahead. Medusa doing okay. Viper doing okay as well. Almost got that Ogre Club for the first bit of that Dragon Lance there. In the meantime, Monkey King just staying bottom, seeing what he can do against these heroes here. And Treant still just trading blows with the Spectre in the top lane. However, the Spectre Dagger comes out because the Desolate ability, doing so much damage to this Treant who just turns around and heals himself. And the Dazzle possibly coming in to do a little bit of follow-up damage here, just looking sort of for the pole. Not gonna find it. But with Treant realizing that he can't be as ballsy as he thinks he can be, but the Axe coming back bottom. Maybe trying to do something. An Invis Rune in the bottom lane, not spotted out by this ward here. So, yet to see any more action. But as it stands, PBG with a slight bit of a lead here. And Spectre climbing closer to that Radiance.
Yeah.
However, Axe looking to see if he can do something. He sees the pole here. Does not know what's going on. Wadsworth potentially could have vision on him. And he does. Knowing that he's calling Wave of Terror forward. Wraith King, stun from the Venge coming up. Perfect stun stacking. No stun from the Wraith King, there he is. But the Primal Spring coming in and throwing the stun so that Axe might be able to get out here. The Dazzle to come just in time to heal him up, but in the back lane, a battle-hungered Vengeful Spirit will go down to the last stack of Jingu here. But the Wraith King in the meantime, crit huge Shallow Grave from the Dazzle with a call. Wraith King doesn't care. Will save the Monkey King. And he will get out. But Felicity Jones in the meantime has run on him with the duel, looking to do something. Stun coming forward onto this Axe, and chooses not to duel the Axe. And Wraith King in the meantime, no mana for his ultimate, but the Battle Hunger still here, just enough mana for the hunger for the ultimate now. And the Dire Hero is waiting for the shrine here.
Yeah, perfectly timed Crave coming out from Dazzle there. Really great play there. Leaving Starfire's life at the last second.
Vengeful Spirit did die though. And Monkey King picking up the kill. 3 Wraithfire Blasts using that team ban. However, the Invis Rune on the Axe. Oh, Milkshake.
Oh,
How did you know, sir? Oh, you didn't. Oh, call coming out on 2.
full creep wave there.
Yeah. Stun coming out. The raindrops to do nothing to the Axe, but there's the dunk. Doesn't even care about their reincarnation.
Yeah, not enough mana there for quite some time.
Spectre though, Spectre's Dagger coming out. Just a little bit of vision onto this Treant, but in the meantime the Dire Hero is really looking to push the bottom lane.
Yeah, Dire scouting out here, sending Starfire into
Oh, Felicity, you're low HP, and you have no wards.
Yeah.
Thankfully Starfire is running the other way. But the camps are about to respawn. And Medusa, potentially in a bad spot here. Oh, but the Dazzle! Getting hit by the Ancient Creeps here, trying to get a ward down. And losing almost all of his HP. Those Ancients are overpowered, man.
Yeah,
In the meantime, we turn a little bit onto the Axe here. Stonegate's coming out in the mid lane. Viper getting frozen up and huge damage from the Mystic Snake. But the Fairy Fire will save him. Viper will live. In the meantime, Medusa taking power hits here. Monkey King running forward to try and harass, but no dice. But at the same time, Spectre still trading hits with his Treant in the top lane here. We don't know what might become of this. Felicity Jones here standing in the top lane, maybe doing something here. Trying to see if maybe something could become of the Spectre here, but they're shrining all the way back in the base, looking to maybe TP forward and do something here. Axe to come back mid, just to try and keep this Medusa down a little bit, but Spectre really getting close to this Radiance now, but at the same time, a duel coming out onto the Spectre in the top lane, the Seed and the Root from the Treant. The duel will not be able in time, but the stun from the Monkey King allows the Spectre to get out with the movement granted by her Q, and Monkey King will stun. Poison Touch coming out onto the Treant, and just doing some ticks. Jingle will start proccing, and the stun tree coming down. And that will be enough to take down the Treant.
Oh man, that attack range hitting from like there to there or something like that. Or like there to there. Crazy.
This will do nicely.
Yeah. I was worried about just sending the Treant Protector to the top lane to go toe to toe with the Spectre. Having not really that much success at standing off the Spectre's farm there, but they irritated in the Legion. Still weren't able to get the kill there, and
The key with that, they were gonna get that Spectre just fine, but the rotation in from the Monkey King with the teleport scroll and his Boundless Strike coming down actually is what saved them both. In the meantime, this Viper living mid lane is actually a huge deal, because that would have been a huge leg up for Medusa. Was not able to gain it though. Himself going for the Dragonlance here, but the Viper able to lay down a lot of damage. There are currently 3 heroes in the top lane here, and Axe on his merry way in the bottom lane, just looking to try and finish this Vanguard, and the Wraith King actually about 50-60 gold out, and this Axe going a little bit deeper. We might see something go on here. He buys the Vanguard, the Vengeful Spirit looking for him, but the Wraith King sees him, chooses not to stun, but the Venge still trying to think about what possible positions she could stand and maybe try and get this Axe. He does have a lot of HP, but at the same time, a call coming out onto the Wraith King, taking away most of his HP. A stun coming out onto a creep.
Oh no.
Misclick by Milkshake here. Might actually get chased down. Magic Missile to come out to just prevent that Axe from maybe getting greedy, but the Treant all the way in the top lane, placed wards back there. Now there are 3 bottom. A weave comes out, Monkey King jumping in, and Wraith King. Sprint goes to the wrong way, and Wraith King will just get out, but the Boundless Strike comes forward, and the dunk will miss, but the Poison Touch from the Dazzle will take him down. A Wave of Terror from the Vengeful Spirit with no mana, but a huge Q from the Legion Commander, dueling the Dazzle in the backline. The duel will not come through, however, the Legion and the Wraith King will respectively kill Dazzle and Monkey King, with Axe getting out. Huge turn from the Legion Commander. The fact that the Dazzle had used the Grave earlier means that Legion could just walk ahead and duel her, even though the duel did not land. That was still a fantastic kill, and Felicity Jones suddenly feeling a lot more confident about his game here.
Yeah, great play by Felicity Jones. Duel had actually just come back up, so it was definitely the play that would just duel that Dazzle and be like, no, you're not saving anybody. And taking that aspect out of the fight, but
another weave coming out from the Dazzle, possibly defensive weave, trying to see what they can do with the Monkey King going back up into the trees here, just to give a little bit of energy. Sprint coming down after the Poison Touch onto the Wraith King, trying to do something. Boundless Strike onto 2, and Jingu has procced, but looks like that's all the action for now.
yeah.
For the time being, the tower will live, but still 4 heroes bottom. Viper in the meantime, taking out this lane here. Trying to see about something that he can do against this Viper, although he really just dies if this Viper chooses to do anything with the power treads not coming out. But in the meantime, Axe coming down. Stone Gaze coming out. Another Boundless Strike. Nothing happened. The Monkey King gets frozen, and the Grave will save him for the time being. He will live just for the time being. With stun coming out from the Wraith King onto the Axe, that Grave prevents any dual damage gain from Felicity Jones. A fantastic heal from the Dazzle, but the 1 Ka-chunk from the Wraith King, enough to take him out. Really unfortunate. Ooh, in the mid lane. Yeah, that Treant decided to try and go, but Viper had other plans.
Treant really has never been with... it's more of a I mean, this train's just sort of been going around, just like 1v1ing people in lane, not really
minding his own
accomplishing that
business.
much in my opinion. I mean,
Triple TP rotation from the Radiant side, trying to continue taking towers here. But in the meantime, this bottom lane still getting forced here by Axe and Dazzle. The Spectre with the Relic, but
yeah.
400 out from the Radiance here.
Oh, this
The
could be a huge
Legion
kill
to
if they
blink
get it.
forward. Oh, the Haunt! But she doesn't get the Haunt off in time. Magic Missile to come, but the Boundless Strike once again saves him. The Q will take him down with the Monkey King. Primal Spring will spring forward. This Vengeful Spirit now in trouble with the Poison Touch coming out. The Monkey King starting to distract Jingyu. A swap coming out just to try and distract him. But the Wraithfire Blast onto the Monkey King coming through. But the Viper in the back lane taking down this Wraith King even though he has the armlet on. Still going to be taking huge amounts of damage. And no ulti to be found. Vengeful Spirit lives. The Wraith King does not.
Bottom lane.
And in the
looks
meantime,
like
Medusa.
Yeah. Axe got a little aggressive there, I think. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Let's see. Medusa and Dream Protector. Dream Protector ended up using Overgrowth on the Axe at some point. And he died. That's all I can say.
In the meantime, the top lane just still getting pushed. Primal Strength down onto the creeps, trying to do something with that. But yeah, we're looking good.
All of these heroes on PBG just doing an amazing job at just making all the space in the world for Mr. Ischia. Like, only real contestation he's had been...
But he's TV is directly in the middle of it. That's, oh my goodness, that Mystic Snake doing huge amounts of damage to the Viper and the Dazzle. However, the Weave does hit on the Medusa. So that's a potential disengage here. However, Wraith King looking to walk forward, force the issue. This Venge swap is up, but the Legion blinks forward onto the Dazzle to try and kill him. The Magic Missile will finish the duel, even though the Grave's out. And the Spectral Dagger on the Legion Commander, trying to do a little bit of damage. But PBG losing a hero nonetheless. And that one was a duel win. That one was the first duel win of the game, in fact, which is actually fantastic playing by PBG to deny most of those.
Yeah. They've gotten kills with duel, but never during the duel. I was in just short on the time.
You've just gotten a request on the Twitch chat to move the Twitter overlay to the back to the right hand corner because it's blocking some of the stats.
The back right hand corner?
Yeah, to move the Twitter tags to the upper right hand corner.
There on the upper right hand corner.
Alright.
I don't know.
On the screen it says that it's on the upper left.
I might have like moved. I don't know. It says it's on the upper corner right now.
Okay, but in the meantime, Hot coming out of the duel onto the Spectre. Oh my goodness, not a chance. And the Spectre did get a chance to finish the Radiance though. But yeah, just double check the Twitter overlays there because Lava Mines says that it's.
Yeah, I think I might have like accidentally switched the draft overlay late or something like that, but it's been on the upper right hand corner for a few minutes now. So.
No, it's on there. He's saying it's in the wrong spot.
Yeah, but it's 5-minute delay. So the way that works is 5 minutes ago it was wrong, but it's fine now. So.
Sweet, thank you very much. Monkey King standing in the trees here, looking to see something huge. Weave coming on 3 heroes on the Radiant side. Potential coming in for the Axe has an Invis rune, so they don't even know. He does have a Blink Derrick as well. Walking forward here, big call, and the Primal Spring down onto the 2, the Vengeful Spirit here, and the Monkey King ulti in the middle, but the Boundless Strike coming through, and the Viper Strike onto the Medusa, doing so much work with the Treant, able to get his root off in the middle of that, but the Wraith King just taking so much damage from the spells here, controlled down by the Axe Call. The Treant will make it out after having a fantastic root to save himself, but the rest of the Radiant team is not so lucky. Huge Monkey King ult being able to just Primal Spring in there, and the Boundless Strike hitting 2, and the Viper cleaning up the other guy on the backside. Really, really good fight here. The Legion
amazing
just farming the whole time.
Able to set that all
and the Spectre continuing to push. This is almost a free tier 2 tower for the Dire Heroes here. They did not lose a single person in that fight. And while that's happening in the meantime, Spectre's pushing the top lane. They get a tier 2 and a tier 3 out of this, unless this Vengeful Spirit has anything to say about it, which I doubt she does. Oh, blink forward from the Legion Commander's thinking about something with the Spectre here. Spectre dagger away, so the Legion Commander cannot catch up. But in the meantime, with the Dire Heroes rotating to see what they can do against this Axe, with the blink dagger, does not find the call. Monkey King in the meantime, rustling around in the trees here, and once again you see this grouping of Dire Heroes all in the same spot here. Really hoping to do something. And Tringant, once again, just minding his own business in the bottom lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
An Axe just sitting in the trees here. And they know too. They know.
Yeah.
They're being careful. They're cutting down the trees to try and find him. A little skirmish with him here. Mystic Snake coming forward. Stone gets coming out. Magic Missile and a stun coming onto the blink forward. But the huge grave once again saving him for the time being with the Viper. Once again not winning the duel. But with the stun stacking there. Able to keep him in one spot. The Radiant do need to be careful about that though, because there are a lot of heroes in the Dire team that have fantastic mobility, and if they continue stacking those stuns incorrectly, it could potentially spell doom for them.
Yeah, without a doubt.
PBG are doing fantastic here with their group fighting, but they're really they're letting DoS get some really stupid pickoffs here. So Axe here looking to do something against this top lane with the Treant, knowing that he's going to be up there in the trees, but not going to have the vision.
Looks like Spectre's actually opting to go for a Diffusal Blade here after the Radiant, so be very fight ready. A bit more quickly than usual, I think.
It's really good against Wraith King and Medusa.
Lock the Spectre. 3-1 there. Very nice.
Yeah, this is Spectre. Not able to see in this vision from the Radiant side, making all the difference. Once again, a really close ward placement here for the other team here. Yeah, and they're pinging out. They're like, what the hell? Axe, though, continuing to farm, looking to get this blade mail. Got the first component of it here. This Legion Commander finishing hers herself, looking for a Silver Edge, in fact, to try and take out some of the deal from this the Spectre and this Axe. But Radiant able to take down the tower. And quiet falls on the early days, early hours of the day. Will be daytime in about 15 seconds here. And once again, these heroes really just content to sit back and farm up. Trying to see how big they can get this Medusa. The Spectre feeling really bad right now. Currently sitting in 1 and 3. Big push coming from PBG, but Felicity and Longfellow in position to maybe do something about this. Legion Illusions will do some scouting, but Viper all the way on the other side of his map. Just trying to do something, and we've got 4 heroes bottom. Might spot out Felicity, but the Monkey King running forward, seeing what he can do. The Axe pulling forward, maybe might connect with this Legion here. No dice, but the Vengeful Spirit taking the Medallion, wave onto 2. Onto the Legion Commander, just in case anything bad happens. This Viper perfectly content to sit here with this Treant roaming around him, but at the same time, Axe really wants to fight here. But the Dire heroes are not sure where they want to be here. This Dazzle is still pretty far forward. And PBG just decides to back up and regroup. Mr. Axe, you don't have your team with you. They're sort of trying to stay here. Wave of Terror gonna spot out both of the heroes here. Legion Commander blink forward, not able to connect onto the desk of Graves himself. But the Boundless Strike prevents him even from getting close to begin with. And all of these Dire heroes just looking what they can do back here. And the blink forward onto the Legion Commander. Battle Hunger coming out, Primal Spring down, but the Magic Missile onto the Axe will prevent him. But the Monkey King ulti and the global ult from the Spectre coming in, doing so much damage to these Radiant heroes. Legion Commander trying to drop something with the Diffusal Blade coming forward from the Spectre to take her down. Monkey King sitting on the trees, the Wraith King in the backline, trying to live using armlet toggling. His first life will be burned. The Spectre continuing to clean people up in the front lines, and this Wraith King not able to do much. Popping the Shrine, but he's almost certainly dead here. Primal Spring coming forward, Monkey King now turning green, and that's a full almost full wipe from PBG, asserting their dominance in this game.
Yeah, things are looking very good for them. Their Spectre is officially online. They're ready to hit some buildings.
They're ready to break the base with 26 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic ulti combo between the Monkey King and the Spectre, doing so much damage working around that X call.
And their Monkey King as a basher now offers some nice control, you know. That plus it's very nice from them. Difficult to fight into.
Poor Trant trying to heal these towers to no avail. And the dire side regrouping here, thinking about maybe going onto this bottom tower here. Once again with the fantastic warding, but except for the fact that there are two of them right next to each other. But
yeah,
the
way it goes sometimes. But yeah, just like Spectre defusals somebody in Monkey King ult, you just can't move. You just get bashed and slowed the entire time. That's just a dead human being. I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous.
Take a look at these wards here.
Yeah.
Illuminati confirmed.
They have a high ground ward. Not really doing much for them now, but when they go into that high ground,
this triangle right here is Illuminati confirmed though.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Monkey King content to sit in the trees here. I think Medusa might know. Probably does.
Yeah.
Oh, bounce onto the Dazzle takes away absolutely 50% of his HP.
Yeah, that's a very good
But
spell.
the Shadow Wave will take him right back up to 75%. It's sort of funny because Dazzle has exactly 1000 health, so numbers are really easy. Viper though, content to sit back and just shell out this tower. Treant, big positioning play from Treant here, seeing what he can do here. It's going to be a huge fight for DoS here. Axe blinking in, has used the blink. This could be it right here. But none of their initiation heroes are here. The Spectre taking out this Legion, he was just trying to TP up with the Spectre, doing so much damage. Jesus. The tower is going to fall, and Treant just biding his time. Legion does make it out with a clutch TP scroll right about here on the map, but blink forward from the Axe, catches the Vengeful Spirit. Not a lot of damage though. Boundless Strike coming through from the Monkey King on the trees, but the Viper's coming in and shelling out this guy, but the Magic Gaze. And the Magic Mist coming on at the Axe, but the Grave will save him. Two heroes frozen, but the Dazzle gets dueled in the backline. The Axe continuing to live with the extra armor, but the Wraithfire Blast to come forward. Vengeful Spirit was able to do a lot with that Magic Mist onto the Axe. And Viper and Monkey King will be able to make it out.
Yeah. I like Legion's item choice here and going for Silver Edge next. Not only does it cancel out like that's Dispersion and Desolate. Yeah, those are the names. As well as like Counter Helix. It's also just super nice to get in position to get that duel if you need to get it on the Dazzle so Grave isn't available. Or just whoever you need to get it on. It's just gonna be so big for Sunderin.
DoS though, trying to capitalize on this fight that they've just had here. Being able to take down the tower.
Yeah.
But it's a very close game.
Okay, Mr. Skip picking up that Manta style. Gonna propel his farm upwards even more.
Dire scanning the Roche pit, seeing that the Legion commanders here might be thinking that they're Roshing, so we do see them start wandering over towards the pit.
Yeah.
Monkey King jumping up to the trees. Okay, this is BS by the way. He should not have vision into the Roche pit while doing this.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, actually.
That needs to be fixed. I disagree with that being in the game.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and send an email to Ice Frog and I'm sure he'll
Yeah, please, Mr. Frog.
For you.
Maybe if we ask him to nerf Earth Spirit and Vacuum, we'll do it. But the Dire heroes have their own plans for the rush on the pit. Or rather, their own plans for this poor Treant. Poor Treant. And the poor Vengeful Spirit with the Boundless Strike coming forward. The Weave even used, and the Spectre haunting in, trying to do something here. Potentially taking down this Vengeful Spirit. Yep.
Yeah, should be good.
Bye-bye.
That's that.
Enjoy your time in the afterlife.
Still
Walk towards the light
Wukong's
bench.
up, which is like really nice. It's a good zoning ability if you just want to zone them away while you can hit the tower if you get into the position to do that. Very nice. I think the safer play is to just back out and Roche, which I think they're gonna go for right now. Although with these supports respawning now and that shrine top, there's always a chance of defending this.
I mean, they've got Weave online, so basically...
Yeah, that dies super fast. Look at it go.
Might be going on to the, yep, the Spectre.
Yeah.
They are looking to break the base.
It is time. 32 minutes in. They're ready to push.
Yeah, jeez. Spectre down to 2 defusal charges. Going straight for the heart. I love that cosmetic set on Spectre so much. It's like the best one. Setting her illusions in and going bottom. Boundless Strike coming out on the Wraith King. The call. Follow up with the Vengeful swap with the big Treant stun, but the Viper from the back lane shelling out at the Vengeful. And even the Monkey King gets popped. This Wraith King still taking massive amounts of damage, will fall. First life dead. Stone Gaze coming out and slowing all the heroes here, but the big teamfight ability for the Radiant is down already, with the Wraith King going to town on this Viper who has been Shallow Grave, but the Boundless Strike coming forward. Not really working well with the Axe Call in the meantime, but the Radiant heroes are on the retreat. Dunk on the Medusa. Spectre going all the way in. Primal Spring onto 2, both very low from the Shrine here. Wraith King's second life will get burned. This Legion Commander, though, lives through virtue of the Shadow Blade to buy back onto the Medusa. And the Dire heroes, after taking a quite successful fight, will back up. This Viper, living on the edge of glory, though, TP's to the top lane. With the Aegis, that doesn't make sense. Viper, you should be down with the rest of your team.
Viper doesn't have Aegis.
Burn the Aegis and win the game.
Spectre has Aegis.
Oh, excuse me, yeah, Dirtface. Can I get a Pog champ in the chat?
We'll see. We will see in 5 minutes if you can get a Pog champ, sir.
PBG asserting their dominance, but I don't know, man. The way that dogs assert their dominance is pissing on buildings. In Dota 2, you have to piss pretty hard on them to do anything, but they are really not wanting to do that, it looks like. They just want to kill for the hell of it. Not realizing that there is in fact a Medusa in the game who's not doing horribly. Most of the way to the Scotty.
Yeah, they
Only it's about 1200 left.
They had to back up to kill the tier 2 there, in order if they wanted the bottom set of Rex, but mid Rex was already weakened. If I was them, I would have just gone over there and at least gotten a tier 3, so they could take away these shrines, if not just seeing what else they could get there.
We saw coming out there, trying to look something here. Stun coming forward onto the Viper with the Poison Touch onto the Wraith King. Axe looking for call on 2. Viper from the back lane shelling it out, but the Crimson Guard from 2. The Weave and the Treant. Monkey King ulted on the back, but the duel going onto the Dazzle in the very back lane. Axe stunned up several different kinds of ways, but this Spectre able to jump around and do plenty of damage with this Vengeful Spirit and to the Medusa. Spectre absolutely wrecking everybody. But Viper really doing a lot of damage. They will spot out the Treant here. And the call will take him down, and that's 4 heroes down. And that's free lane of Rax.
That's for sure. Rex, nobody having buyback at all.
PBG, and the GG comes out.
Oh wow, GG comes.
That's a GG.
Oh, it's not GG. I mean, they called it, but
Oh my goodness.
the game wasn't open.
And that's that.
Okay.
PBG.
Well, that was an early
Coming
call.
from-
I don't know if they were tilted or just.
Coming
Yeah.
from a game 1 where DoS really asserted themselves to come back to something like this. PBG, what a game. What a
Yeah.
game.
What a game indeed. Wow, and it's over just like that. That was very sudden. Very quick.
MVP without question goes to Mr. Biscuit on the Dazzle.
Yeah, so many.
Those Shallow Graves were exactly where they needed to be, and they prevented this Legion from, like, even if it didn't save them from the Legion Commander, it prevented them from getting any dual damage at all. So that fantastic games.
Yeah, no, just like the threat of Dazzle means like you just can't duel really anybody unless it's the Dazzle, or if the Dazzle's just not there or something for whatever reason. Such a good pick against Legion Commander. So many clutch Braves, yeah, very well played. I think generally we'll see if the PBG folk like to pop in here for a winner's interview. I can go ahead and set that up. Congratulate them on their good fortune. But yeah, very well played, and I think just those four heroes, the Monkey King, Viper, and Axe especially, were able to make so much space while the Dazzle like prevented aggressive moves for that Spectre, who's just completely uncontested besides a Train Protector just like sitting top, doing not much.
Actually, the Radiant did a pretty good job of yanking the Spectre with the Legion Commander. The idea was, though, that they really needed to be splitting the love between the Spectre and the Viper. And honestly, even though it didn't look like it, that Viper was just sitting behind everything the whole time, just right-clicking and doing so much work. So they needed to spread the love to the Viper just a little bit, which did not end up happening. I mean, this Axe and this Treant both got zoned the hell out of this game. Like, they were, you know, Axe has 11 net worth at the end of the game, 11k net worth, really where he shouldn't be. But, you know, it was enough. Those calls were enough. He was able to do it. Treant even had a Midas and still had the lowest net worth on his team, save the Vengeful Spirit.
Right, I think we're going to go ahead and move into the general channel here to go and talk to the captain of PBG. In there.
Fantastic.
Hello, Mr.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
We got a couple of questions here. Coming out of game one with DoS up, what kind of things did you have to tell your players to make sure that they didn't let their mind?
Honestly, the whole mindset for that second game was slow down, to like take our time. I think that first game we had some good lanes, but we just kind of rushed the fights into their big wombo combo, Magnus, Juggernaut, Warlock. So we just kind of slowed it down, focused a little bit more on farm. And we just we focused on slowing it down, not taking unnecessary risks, because we knew we had the late game if we could get there with the Medusa.
Alrighty. Having said that, after the game one where you really did experience the full power of the Magnus Juggernaut, what would you say about your choice to not ban Magnus in the second game, allowing them to get it one more time?
We didn't ban the Magnus that game because we didn't think that as a laner he was very strong. We didn't feel a lot of impact of him, which I think we got in the second game. Juggernaut pretty much free farm the whole time. We thought that if we focused a little bit more on our position and worked around that and just made sure that they didn't have a hero where they could really dish the damage into that, we felt a lot more confident about. We also felt more confident with the Faceless being able to come in and chrono their back line.
I really like that Faceless pick. So, Pippi?
Yes.
Any questions?
First of all, which player are you? What is your screen name? Like in the game?
I'm Mr. Riskit.
Mr. Riskit. All right, so you are the Spectre, the hard carrier.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, just congratulations. I don't have any specific questions in there, but really great job.
I've got a couple more that I could launch your way. So as the Spectre, you were doing really well in that top lane there, especially in this last game in particular. You did get ganked a couple of times in the jungle though. So when you after the first time you got ganked, did you communicate with your team at all about the fact that had happened, that they maybe needed to guard you a little more?
We did talk about that a little bit. For the most part, they were leaving me alone, and at that point, I had already gotten I got the relic right after I respawned. I think I actually had the relic right before dying. I got the radiance right after respawning, so I didn't really feel like we needed to have everyone else rotate. I think it was a better idea to keep the pressure on the Medusa and keep her from getting the free farm. I think we did a good job forcing them to have to. We knew they had wards in our jungle. We weren't very good, I don't think, at dewarding them, which let them get another pick. But as a whole, I think just the pressure that they were able to put with the Viper and the Axe going down lanes created enough space that we didn't necessarily need to play so defensively.
Mm-hmm. And then we really saw that in game 2, where you guys would completely sweep a fight, and then you had an opportunity to push an objective, and you just stopped and just ran away, and is like, nah, we'll just slow it down, like you said. So that's all I have for you. I just wanted to congratulate you on your victory, on your fantastic captaining, as I've been inspired.
All right, thank you.
Mystic warding. Tell Mr. Biscuit that his graves are on point. And
right.
I wish you luck further into the bracket. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Alright, and that just about wraps it up for today. Thank you for joining us. I've been Pippy Man. Joining me always, Mr. Robotic Warfare. Not as always, joining me for the first time ever. Any shoutouts, any last words for our dedicated viewers?
I want to thank everybody who's stuck with us for all these 3 games, watching amongst the technical difficulties. Your support of the Trench League is much appreciated. There should be some links down below the Twitch channel here if you want to consider supporting the Trench League. Go ahead and hop in our Discord on the Twitch chat. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you when we see you.
Alright. That was my cat. Bye-bye now. And now I just have to find the stop streaming button.